Alright, Yoshi the Pug, it's the end of the line for you. We all know you've been stealing your brother's treats and food. You're going to the big doghouse, Pug. And the other dogs in there don't play too nice. Order! Order in the courts! And here are the pictures, Judge McDaniel, of the suspect caught red-handed, literally eating her brother's food out of his bowl, jumped the gate, assaulted the victim easily, because he's so small, and started eating his food. I see. Well, I have come to a verdict. It seems like this pug is too fat for prison. Wait, what? Yes, it will be way too uncomfortable for her. Is everybody hearing that? Look at her little chub. None of the beds will fit all of that. Wait, can you run that? But she requires too much food. That makes no sense. It would cost the taxpayers thousands just to transport her body to the prison. I couldn't even fathom putting a jiggly little roly-poly pug in jail. I'll tell you what we can do. I sentence you to home jail, where you will be eating exactly what you've been eating this whole time, with an extra set of cuddles.
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
This video is sponsored by me and my Lifetime Support Group. The Lifetime Support Group that comes with a 12-week gym program, 2 home workout programs, and a lifetime Facebook support group. That's right, getting healthier is a lifestyle, so of course you need a support group that will always be open, where I'm very active daily. If you're interested, the link is below. Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. My name is Michelle McDaniel. I'm a personal trainer, a proud mother of a pug and a chihuahua, past theater nerd gone grown-up cosplayer, and this is my channel. My thoughts will probably offend you, where I share my thoughts that will probably offend at least one person. And this topic should offend everyone. The topic, if you're offended by me, then I've got some questions and I probably want to call the police on you. Okay, so what if you were harassed by someone? No, you were violated as a minor, and your violator was your, teacher. And he didn't just touch you, but he touched many of your other classmates, other children that he could get his disgusting, creepy, probably dirt under the fingers hands on. And then you and other people finally come forward about this teacher who you are supposed to trust, and the judge says, yeah, he's a horrible person, and what he did was definitely against the law. But he's just way too fat for jail. That's what our story's about today. I love our world, don't you? It's great. Is only seeing one eye offending anybody today? If I don't have it over it, then eventually the hair squishes into my eyelashes and make them uneven, and then people will complain anyway. God, I can't just do anything right. All right, let's stay on topic with this infuriating story. Judge refuses to jail 6 kids. He's too fat for prison. Let's read it together so we can all get pissed together. Peter John O'Neill was a teacher located in Tasmania in the 80s. Through the years, he taught at Dominic College, Burney High School, and St. Virgil's College. Unfortunately, over his years of teaching at many schools, many young boys who stayed quiet about their abuser until 2013, when the first complaint about O'Neill was made. But due to his medical conditions, his prosecution was delayed for years. So 6 total boys came forward. We don't know if that's all that he's touched. There could be more that just are too nervous to come forward and tell their story, but that's about
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 too many for me. Stab and slice. That's my motto when it comes to people like this. Peter John O'Neill, now 61 years old and fat as sorry, hate him. All bets are off when you little kids. You get both F words at the same time in the same sentence. Now he's 140 kilograms, so 308.6 pounds weight. So you're telling me, because I know many people over 300 pounds, you ain't gotta go to jail? Because I know many people who are over 300 pounds that went to jail for some petty stuff. And these people are my family members. I know their weight. My family are large people. I have a theory for all this, but let's get through this fat bastard first. Yep, I said it. Be offended. He's fat and he's a bastard. He touched children and escaped jail, able to be in the free world pretty much. The least we can all do in the comment section is make fun of him. Like everything about him. Don't protect on this channel. I know I don't. Do you? Ew, if you said yes. Peter John O'Neill pleaded guilty to abusing 6 boys from 3 different schools where he taught in the 80s. But that doesn't matter, because even though John pleaded guilty, which means he walked his ginormous, touching little kids' disgusting self into court, rose his obese hand and said, "Yup, I did that," to all of them, and then sat right back down. If he was even able to stand up because of his obese issue. And the judge said, "Oh, but he's fat. Poor large fat man, we can't put you in jail. He's not healthy enough for that." According to the judge, Chief Justice Alan Blow, oh my God. Okay. We are not going to make fun of his looks. We aren't. But can we just at least make fun of the wig? Can we just do that, okay? He is unsuitable for imprisonment as he is morbidly obese, wheelchair-bound, and housebound. He cannot work and is broke. He needs a full-time carer to shower and go to the toilet with him. According to many sources, they say his whole diet is just pure junk food. Well, yeah, he ain't about to lose weight. Do you know what inmates do to people that touch children in jail? Exactly what they deserve is the answer. Why wouldn't this man constantly feed himself so that he can just stay unhealthy and stay out of jail? He ain't about to lose any weight. It's either die in the comfort of your own home with as much junk food as you can eat, or get made fun of, harassed, and then probably killed in prison. Which one do you think he's gonna take? So apparently all the services that he needs is not available in prison. That's fine with me, just let him rot in prison then. Like, I'm personally totally cool with this guy suffering in jail. Anybody else? Not going for that? We're all on the same page. It's okay to just like roll his ass in prison and just let him rot. I'm totally cool with this man being uncomfortable because he made, as far as we know, 6 little boys feel uncomfortable. The least that he can do is be uncomfortable too. O'Neill is currently living in Canberra, and any other person who I guess is not 300 pounds would normally be transferred to Risdon Prison in Hobart to serve out their sentence. However, the Tasmanian government has refused to pay the substantial cost of medical transport from Canberra to Hobart, possibly as much as $40,000. So now let's think of the 6, possibly more, victims. So they had a teacher, someone in power, violate them, finally came forward with how disgusting this man is, and then the state or the judge is like, I mean, he's so fat. He's basically in jail already. So the victims don't even get satisfaction of seeing this word, go to jail. Nope, he gets to chill the rest of his days in a probably very large chair, eating whatever food he wants, while the victims deal with their trauma. I wonder if anything would change if the judge found out that this man's crusty ass hands touched one of his children. Something to think about. They would. Chief Justice Alan Blow said in a previous hearing he was limited to handing down a suspended jail sentence according to the Mercury. The judge argued that there was no point in placing O'Neill under home detention because he's too fat to leave anyway. So, you know, whatever. Former students expressed their anger in a Facebook group called Old Dominic Scholars. Oh, I would be pissed. Livid. I'd be like, well, okay, so I heard you can't move. Perfect. I'm coming to your house. What are you gonna do, run? You can't. I couldn't care less how sick this filth is. His final days should be in jail. Nothing will give back what he took, but he must pay in some way. Defense barrister Greg Barnes SC, the person that represents this word, John, said a medical charter aircraft to transport his client would cost between $25,000 to $40,000, and he can't pay a fine because he's broke, and he can't do community service because he's got health concerns. Too much activity is bad for his heart and his health. We gotta think about that. So basically his consequences for touching 6 children is doing exactly what he's been doing for years now. Being a broke ass loser that sits there all day and eats junk food. Got it. Cool. That's great. A woman named Rachel, whose last name I'm not even going to try to pronounce, who left Dominic College in 1989, said, "I don't get why these bastards get bloody protected all the time." Same. I don't get it, but I kind of do. At least here's my theory. My theory is the people who control the laws are just at the top are themselves. They have a thing for little children. Because if I was in power, honey, you don't even want to know what the sentence would be, but just know that it would be brutal, painful, and slow. And you can't forget uncomfortable, because you made your victims feel uncomfortable. So get anyone that touches little kids, or murders, or does the R word, or anything under that category. Rachel previously told the Mercury O'Neal wasn't just but a physical and emotional abuser. I was told that I was fat and dumb. Well, that's awkward, because now he's so fat, he can't go to jail. That I'd never amount to anything. No one would ever love me. If you weren't concentrating, he would hit your fingers with a ruler. A student named Baden Daly had a history of abuse before he attended the school and said he was physically and emotionally traumatized by O'Neal, who would hit him and put him down. Those people that abuse people always can spot out the people who are already being abused, and they're like, right there. This will be an easy target for me. He's used to it. So I choose you. To end up with him as a teacher, for him to do it all over again when I thought I was safe, it was traumatic. I don't think an apology really cuts it. Like I said, you're immobile? Perfect. Just makes my job easier. Stab and slice. So this is actually a thing. People can be too fat for jail. Many people are escaping jail and prison because they are too fat. A former Osama bin Laden henchman convicted in 2 deadly 1998 bombings is free and living in the UK relatively recently, thanks to a Manhattan federal judge who agreed the terrorist was way too obese to survive the coronavirus behind bars. Okay. Then let him die. This half-ton murder suspect was too fat for jail. This woman who killed a jogger after driving through a red light claims that she's too overweight to go to prison. George Jalker, y'all know I can't pronounce things, a 38-year-old 600-pound Florida man, got arrested for scamming restaurants out of food, but then deemed too fat for imprisonment. Let's read this because it actually gets kind of interesting and just very dumb. George doesn't appear to be a picky eater, but he had a habit of sending food back at the restaurant, refusing to pay for it, even if he had scarfed down most of it. In one episode, he ordered 5 milkshakes, but then complained the milkshake was bad and he shouldn't have to pay. In the incident that finally tripped him up, he ordered $50 of beef jerky, ate all but a few strips, and then sent the rest back before leaving. That's when the jerky store called the cops. Good. Police arrived at his Sanford, Florida home, according to the Daily Mail, and said they heard a man trying to impersonate a female voice while claiming George wasn't home. Then they heard a real female voice shout, "George, just turn yourself in." According to the Mail, George avoided jail because it would be too expensive to house him. He's already eaten himself into his own cell, it seems, for he's mostly bedridden and breathes with the help of a respirator. The cost of bringing him to trial alone would be thousands of dollars. George instead has agreed to pay a fine after confessing to the 5 charges. Okay kids, so what did we learn today? If you want to not go to jail, just be fat. Thank you so much for watching. My heart goes out to all the victims that this man violated. Peter O'Neal, I hope you die a slow, painful death in the comfort of your own home. And I will see you guys next time.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Ooh, I've been on the flex since flex on.